Hello and welcome to Metal Vice, the podcast where we talk about all things music.
Well, the things we care about.
That's right, which is mainly metal music and live music. I'm your host, Brian, joined with the other host,
Karen.
And before we dive super far into the topic for this episode, I just want to, do some housekeeping stuff. Like always, you can reach us if you'd like to at our email, which is metalvice1@gmail.com. That's also our Instagram, metalvice1 on Instagram. And then obviously if you're watching this on YouTube, you can just leave a comment and we'll try to interact with you through that as well. So all those ways you can get in touch with us and, of course, talking to us at a show.
Yes, of course.
Just not during the bands, but in between bands and before and after the sets and whatnot.
Yeah, we're not fans of talking during shows during sets.
Yeah, which is a little bit of shit that happened a little bit more so, I think, on this particular night.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Which was the U.S. summer tour of The Dead South and Amigo the Devil. This was at the Salt Shed here in Chicago on Thursday, June 25th. Tickets for this real quick were $50. We had the balcony seats, or the GA balcony all the way in the back. But tickets for that were $50 for that section, $14.65 in fees, and then $6.47 in tax for those shows, or for the show.
You said GA balcony, but we did have a assigned seat.
Yeah, so. Typically that's a GA balcony.
Yeah.
I think this is the first time it's been assigned seating. I could be wrong.
Well, the first
for
time
us,
we've seen it. Yeah. But because we sat there before when.
Yeah.
I can't remember what for.
A number of times we've been back there, especially in that like top section. We like to hang out there as well. And on the side wings of like the second level, there's also like a seating area that goes out to the bar and out to the outside patio, the outdoor patio where people go and smoke and whatnot, which we didn't check out that outdoor patio. I think this is the first show we've been to where we didn't just go out there for a moment or two to hang out.
That's right.
So, interesting. I really like the Salt Shed. This is honestly a show I've been super excited to see. We saw Amigo the Devil for the first time. Was it 2025 Milwaukee Metal Fest?
Yes. Yeah, we kind of walked in on his set.
Just last year. Yeah, we walked in on his set. He was on the second stage. I want to say on Saturday or Sunday. I think it was Saturday. But it wasn't as crowded as I expected it to be for his set. But the crowd fucking loved it. And the only thing I really took away from that set was that he had two banjos, as he told us to do. There's like one part where he's like, if you take anything away from this, I have two banjos. Because he's like switched out banjos for the songs and whatnot.
Which was interesting because when we saw him at Milwaukee Metal Fest, it was just him.
Yes.
And he had like a band with him.
A whole band with him, exactly. And what I remember most from Milwaukee Metal Fest, other than the two banjos, was that it was just him. He'd play a song and then he'd like shit around for a little bit, talking with the crowd and hanging out with the crowd. And I remember loving his banter, loving his little stories, and the music was fucking awesome. It wasn't metal, but it was like this like banjo-y, folksy, bluegrassy kind of thing, and I loved it. It was so much fun.
Yeah, I remember enjoying it at Milwaukee Metal Fest.
Yeah, so I was super excited for this show. But before we get into his set and the Dead South set, again, also with the Dead South, I've wanted to see them for a while as well. When I was going through like my phase in like 2013 to 2016 or whenever it was, where I wasn't listening to as much metal as I do now or as I did before. I was exploring other genres. The Dead South came up quite a bit for me, and I listened to a bunch of their shit back then. So I've known of them for, over a decade now. I've wanted to see them now for a while. This venue felt weird to me to have them here at the Salt Shed because I think it was last year or the year before they were at the Vic. And we were going to go check that out, but like something came up or like we chose not to do it for whatever reason. I can't remember. But I remember them seeing it at the Vic and it was like, oh, that'd be really cool to check out. And I never bought tickets or I forgot about it or something like that. So this felt like a big jump up to me personally to go from the Vic to the Salt Shed.
I mean, it wasn't packed by any means. So.
It wasn't, but the fact that you thought you could sell it out was sort of really, I mean, maybe Aragon or I was gonna say Valor. But the Vic, not the Vic, the Riviera.
Riviera, yeah.
One of those two I felt may have been. Maybe Riviera a little bit more so than Aragon because it feels like a larger Vic to me. I could be wrong here on the sizes.
I think you're right.
But,
I think you're right. I think it's a little bit bigger than the Vic.
So this one felt weird to me. I don't want to talk too much about this venue because we've talked about it a lot in the past for all the other shows we've seen. But the one thing I do want to call out is, again, I think we said this in the past as well. We love this venue. It's my second favorite venue here in the city, just behind Thalia Hall. But every single fucking time we go here, it feels like there's been something new added or something changes with this venue.
What was new this time?
The non-alcoholic beer or non-alcoholic beverage booth
Area, yeah.
which is really cool. They have an entire bar set up for non-alcoholic beverages, including water and shit like that, but a lot of NA beers as well. So really cool to see that they're leaning into that. We did play at the arcade for a little bit. That was kind of fun. The dispensary's there. The patio, like outdoor patio, is there. We didn't spend a whole lot of time doing other things because I had just started a new job earlier this week. Flew out to LA for like an on-site they were having, and then flew back the day of this show. I was lucky enough to get on an earlier flight, so I got into Chicago. I think about 6 o'clock is when I finally got off the plane, and then took the train to our place, dropped my bags off, quickly changed or whatnot because I just had that like plane funk and whatnot, and then got in an Uber, headed over to this venue. My original flight wasn't supposed to get in until I want to say like 8 o'clock, maybe 7 something.
It was definitely closer to 8, yeah.
And so the original plan was you were going to go to the show. I would end up meeting you at the show. Given how like the delays with the flights and everything that day, who knows if that would have actually worked out.
No, I don't think so, because like even after you landed, you didn't get off the plane for probably 30 minutes, 40 minutes.
So I'm glad I was able to get on standby and hop on that flight into Chicago a little earlier, because we got to the venue 15 minutes before Amigo the Devil went on, which was perfect timing.
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah. I mean, we made it there on time, so.
In between a set, I did go get some food, just a little Detroit-style pizza.
Yeah, you hadn't eaten all day. So.
All I had was Pringles. That's food. That's my airplane food. They come by, I just get like a beer and Pringles. I don't think I got beer this time because it was like a 8 a.m. flight or 9 a.m. flight or whenever the fuck it was.
Yeah, you were early. Yeah.
But I definitely got like a Coke and Pringles, and that was the only food I had all day for sure. But no, it was cool that I was able to get there and we were able to get to the show, both of us at the same time, and check it out. And you alluded to this, Amigo the Devil came out and he had like a whole band with him this time, which I was not expecting.
Yeah, I even went back while he was playing and looked at our Mocky Metal Fest photos, because I'm like, I don't remember him having people with him. And yeah, for sure, he was by himself last time.
And we've watched a few of his music videos too.
We have?
Yeah, we have. Hell and You, I think, is the big one that we always watch on YouTube, or have recently on YouTube. And maybe there's like one other one that I can't remember. Hangover in Jonestown, maybe, I don't know. But it's just him also just playing the banjo. And I think it's Hell and With You. He's just like in a cave playing the banjo. I'm sure if I played it, you'd recognize.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
It's not, driving with me right now.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, even in those, it's just him and no band. I did listen to this the next day on my way out to the Burbs to meet up with friends, and I could definitely pick up on like drums and keyboards and other shit going on with the composition of the music that wasn't, that I wasn't expecting. I just didn't pick up on it before. Not with every song, but there were a few songs that came up. The Bingo song, for one, was one that definitely did. But yeah, let's get into his set list real quick before diving in more into his show. He started with Stray Dog, Murder at a Bingo Hall, It's All Gone, Hell and You, Cocaine and Abel, I Hope Your Husband Dies, My Body is a Dive Bar, Hangover in Jonestown, and he ended with Once Upon a Time in Texaco, Part 1. And this is the set list from the Waukee, Iowa show a couple nights later. They didn't have anything on the set list FM for Chicago.
Probably about right, though.
I think that's about right.
Yeah, I remember a few of those songs. So
kind of shocking me he didn't have anything on Chicago's, because a lot of people were singing along very loudly. And apparently he's from Chicago too. Either I knew that and forgot about it.
I remember him saying that when at Milwaukee, like that he had lived in the area, because I think he lived like north of Chicago.
Okay.
I don't know if he lived in the city.
Okay. But he definitely said like, hey, it's great to be back here in Chicago. And I just thought that was like, he's great to be back playing in Chicago. But the way he talked about it, it sounded like, oh, I used to live here.
Yeah, like he referenced,
Yeah. So that was really cool. A couple songs into it, or maybe after the first song, I kind of looked over at you and you did not seem to be enjoying this all that much.
No, I mean, it was different than I remember it being. And as it went on, I focused more. It was hard to focus on the music because all I heard was people talking.
Yeah, same.
And even when he was playing, it's just this murmur across. I mean, first of all, there was two groups of ladies off to the side because we were right on the edge, and then there was like that seating area that you were talking about. So there was two ladies having a full-blown conversation, and then a group of three girls.
And I think that seating area may have been the GA part.
I think it is
because
GA,
down below it did say GA seating up top, which again, this is the first time we've been there where they had that sort of roped off, and they were checking your tickets and telling you this is the wrong side. You need to go to the other side because that's where your seats are. And they weren't like letting people up on individual sides. Like you had to go to your side of the thing. Apparently, like the know before you go email also said you won't have access to the floor.
Right.
Because my thought was like, we'll just hang out in our seats and eventually we'll just bounce and go down to the floor if we want to do that instead.
Yeah. And we didn't try to go to the floor,
We didn't.
But it did say, like, you won't have access to the floor, which there's plenty of room down there, but I don't know if they were checking tickets at the floor or not.
That is interesting because we have our Instagram friend who was there and he had a not a GA seat, but a balcony seat.
Yeah.
And he was down there for Amigo the Devil.
Right.
Like straight center stage, I think.
Yeah.
So somehow he snuck in. Maybe they weren't checking tickets when he got in or something. I don't know how that works. But I don't know. Part of me wanted to be down on the floor. Another part of me didn't. Our initial plan was, I think we were talking about this, like, fuck it. We could get the stage right sort of balcony box things that they have. We've never sat up there. We don't know what that experience is like. Typically that's like the VIP experience.
Yeah.
And we didn't think the tickets were going to be that much for it. And I can't remember what they were. We looked at one point, they had them, and it was just sort of like, whatever, it's not going to sell out. Like, we'll be fine. And then eventually we were going to go buy them, and those were all gone. We're like, fuck it.
Oh, they were all gone?
Yeah, those were all sold out.
Because I thought that they were like double the price of these. So then we were like, just get these. I can't remember.
Maybe it was. Maybe we were like, well, if you want it, we can get it. Maybe hemmed and hawed on it. But when I finally was going to go buy it, it was, no, they were all sold out.
Maybe that's it. But yeah, so that's why, like, at the beginning, I was just like, this is ridiculous. Which, going in, I knew the show would be different than a normal metal show, and that people were going to talk. It's just that genre, or like that type of music where people have no fucking courtesy, and they just talk the entire time. Because it's quieter music. People think that they can have a conversation when, in reality, you shouldn't while they're playing. Obviously, like, singing along or, like, you know, cheering or whatever, like, fine, but don't have a full-blown conversation like people around us were, but also just in the entire venue, you could just hear that murmur across the entire venue.
Yeah, definitely in between songs, I heard that murmur.
You couldn't hear it when they were playing?
Not really, no.
Oh, I heard it the whole night. It was so annoying.
I was wondering if on the floor would be different because when the crowd was singing, it was the floor singing and nothing in like the balcony.
Yeah.
Which was really annoying because at that point, then I picked up on the murmur.
Oh, okay.
And I think there were people like directly behind us having a conversation and laughing.
The people sitting right behind us were talking the whole time.
Like,
and then the
fuck
ladies,
you.
like I was saying earlier, like the ladies, there was two groups of ladies that were in the GA seating area that were like talking the entire, like, full-blown loud conversations where you can hear the entire thing. And so it's just annoying.
I mean, yeah, and first off, like I was saying, when that got quiet and the crowd on the floor was singing, I felt like the crowd on the floor was singing really loud, and that was awesome to hear them sing and get into the song and whatnot. But again, it felt like it was only on the floor that was happening, and up by us, it really wasn't.
Yeah.
We don't know the words of the song that well, so I wasn't singing.
I never listened to Amigo the Devil.
Neither have I. I mean, I loved it after
show.
Milwaukee Metal Fest, and I've never listened to it.
Yeah, it was a different vibe. I liked Milwaukee Metal Fest, and I don't know what about it I liked. Like, I can't articulate why I liked it. Maybe just because it was a little bit different, and like the jokes were funny and stuff like that. But here, I couldn't get into it, and by the end, I was just, well, by the middle, I was like, this is stupid.
Really?
But then, like, there's the whole "I Hope Your Husband Dies" song that was kind of funny. Hungover in Jonestown's funny, and then I don't know. Then it was over.
When it first started, I wasn't getting into it either, and I was like, I remember this being a lot better at Milwaukee Metal Fest.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, after a couple songs, I started to get into it and really enjoy it. And then by the end, I was full blown like, this is fucking awesome. I love this. The crowd singing was awesome, like I said already. I really enjoyed his stories and his jokes, like about "I Hope Your Husband Dies." There's a story he's saying about how, like, his best friend is who he's trying to fuck, and it's her husband that he hopes to die, and he wrote the song about him, and blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, after he sat down, he's like, I'm gonna not try to fuck your wife anymore. Gonna try my hardest. And he's like, and then 2 weeks later, he died. And like that whole bit was funny. I don't think that's any real or anything.
Oh, no,
I
I
think
don't
it's just
think
a
it's
joke
really
he's
yeah.
saying.
Yeah.
Just like once upon a time in Texaco, he's like, this is about my friend who gets who works at a gas station and got shot in the face. And I think you like looked at me and I thought the same thing because we thought of Senjuka Sabag, right?
Yeah.
Because they have songs that are like, this is about a man getting drugged down the road in a truck. It's called Drugged by a Truck. Or this is about a man getting his face ripped off. It's called Face Ripped Off.
Yeah. So I was like, shot in face.
Yeah. So I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
I loved his jokes. The Murder in a Bingo Hall, that was a lot of fun. I did like that song quite a bit.
I don't remember that song. Maybe I was still
Not into it.
Into it.
I thought it was later in the set, but according to this one, it was pretty close up toward the top. I don't know. His interaction with the crowd, they were having technical issues as well, where they couldn't like hear the what are they fucking called? The monitors on the stage weren't like giving them the sound they needed.
Yeah, the drummer even moved the one that you can see like over so he could see it and stuff.
Yeah,
so,
he's like, let's see how much he fucks this up and whatnot. His backing sort of apron thing or
like the backdrop.
Yeah. Was a bunch of kittens like attacking his name or something that was up there, which on stage the set was this sort of old timey town set up on stage left and stage right that was the set for the Dead South.
Oh, that was set up when he was on there?
That was set up when he was on there.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Because he said, what I love about this, and this is like our last show with the Cats, or our second to last show with the Cats, is it looks like they're attacking the city. And I was like, what are they attacking? I don't understand. And then I realized it was cardboard cutouts of the city.
I didn't notice the city or the town until...
Yeah, that's the only time I noticed it, is when he said that. It's like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
So, I mean... Again, going back to like the crowd being shitty and whatnot, I also kind of expected that.
Yeah.
Because it was going to be, I figured, just like the Black Keys.
That's exactly what I thought. Yeah, I was like, it's just that. Well, and Jack White and like I don't know. We don't go to these types of shows very often. Most of the time, it is metal shows.
Yeah.
But yeah, whenever we go to a show like this, it's shitty.
Which
so
I remember being at the Black Keys and being very pissed off about the people just chatting around us, where you didn't care because you were more invested into their conversation. I believe you said.
Oh yeah, I can't remember what they were talking about, but I was like,
but this time,
I was just interested in it.
But this time you're like, I don't fuck. You just seemed upset with it and didn't care about that. Like it was pissing you off more than it was.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like I went in knowing that the crowd was gonna be shitty, but then I was pissed off that they were shitty. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's how I think I was during the Black Keys.
And also at the Black Keys, like we were outside, so like you don't get that murmur where like in the Salt Shed, it's like echoey because it's like metal buildings. So like all I heard was murmur. Where like you said, if we were on the floor, maybe you don't hear the murmur as much because.
Or we could have moved around a little bit more. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like if we had moved from our seats to like the bar area or those wing areas, it would have been just as shitty.
Yeah.
At that point, I mean, we could have gone to the arcade because I think they pumped the music into the arcade. Yeah. And it's like we could have just hung out here in the arcade, played arcade games, and
listen to it.
Yeah. Maybe next time that's what we should do. But I mean, that does piss me off quite a bit because, like I said, at Black Keys, I was really excited to see the Black Keys. I remember seeing them in 2019, 2018 or something at Aragon. And it was a phenomenal show. They put on such an amazing show, and I don't remember the crowd being that shitty then. It could be a post-COVID thing.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But at that Black Keys show, the crowd was really shitty. It was really eating me up. This time, not as much. I don't know why. I was not as invested in the music. I was just excited to see the music.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I also was like, I could also not see the music and be completely fine too.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Which again sucks. I really liked Amigo the Devil. I want to see him again.
We will. In a couple weeks.
Will we really?
Yeah, he's at Fire in the Mountains.
Oh shit, is he really?
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
I was trying to figure out like, what is he gonna play at Fire in the Mountains to like, I don't know. Like I guess I have a vision of what Fire in the Mountains is gonna be like, and his music is not it.
I get what you're saying. And I think his music fits Fire in the Mountains better than like Lamb of God, for instance.
Oh yeah,
it's definitely like bluegrassy.
Well, no, like, yeah. Sure.
But I know what you're saying. You're thinking like the doomy sort of.
That's what
sludgy sort of doom metal.
That's what I hope is.
but you're also getting Baroness, who's going to be there.
I think I'm feeling sick. I will watch Baroness's set.
You've seen one Baroness set, and every time they come around, you're sick. It's really annoying.
I'll make sure to see it. Maybe I'll like it.
Maybe. But what I was trying to say is I really liked Amigo the Devil's set. This venue felt not right to me. It felt too large. This, to me, needed to be a Reggie's or a Bottom Lounge or a Cobra Lounge, something smaller, more intimate.
I mean, that's why we liked
and more dirty.
Maybe.
I mean,
maybe that's why we like the rave or seeing him at Milwaukee Metal Fest, because it was like a smaller crowd, and you're just like, I don't know.
And the crowd that was there in Milwaukee Metal Fest was there to see him. They were so fucking pumped, and again, same thing, singing along, laughing at all the jokes. We were laughing at the jokes, not singing along again, but I fucking loved it. The crowd was shitty. The venue, I love the venue, but this was not the right venue for him, I don't think. But it was awesome to see so many people turn up to sing his shit, especially on the floor. And there were moments where they were singing his shit very loud, and he's like, "Oh my god, that was awesome!" Like they stopped playing. I can't remember what song it was, and the crowd just sung the last chorus.
Yeah.
And ended out the song. He's like, "Holy fuck! Thank you guys so much for showing up and to do that."
Yeah, it was really cool to hear. Like, the crowd was fun to hear when they sung. When they murmured, that was not fun.
And again, that might have been up by us. I wish we could have gone down there to hear it closer to the ground. Yeah. But again, there was probably murmur down there too. I did know the crowd was going to get to me a little bit when there was sort of like the hillbilly hee-haw sort of
guy behind us
chant. Like, I can't remember how it goes, but it's like in every stereotypical Southern movie, like if there's a character from the South, he's gonna be like hee-haw, or I can't remember what
it's not hee-haw, but I know what you're it was like a country chant.
Country
thing.
It's like I can't say it, but as soon as he says, like, "Holy fuck, I forgot," I thought that was just in like movies and shit.
Oh yeah,
like you're making fun of those type of people for singing that. There were also a number of people I saw down in the crowd with cowboy hats on.
I only saw 2.
I think I saw like 6.
So not a number.
To me, that's a number. It's a number more than a couple.
Yeah, I remember seeing 2, and I thought, if I was standing behind them, that would piss me off because the hat is so big.
It also made me wonder, like, are you in the fucking city? Like, I don't see people walking down Chicago streets with cowboy hats on ever, unless it's a country concert.
Yeah, I was gonna say, when I walked home last year, there was a country music artist at at Northerly, and it was, oh my gosh, it was kind of annoying because I'm like, you don't fit in here.
And there was a part during the Dead South where they're like, "How many people are from Chicago?" And at first I was like, does he mean lived in Chicago all their life? So I didn't do anything. I should have known. I was dead. Like, there were a number of times, more than 2. So, a number.
3.
That's a few. So more than that. Anything more than 3. Where I could have very easily fallen asleep. I was beat.
You were just tired.
From the work trip, from the flight, the day of travel. It just killed me. And there were a number of times where I closed my eyes and like, I could fall asleep right now. I kind of want to get the fuck up and go. But at the same time, I didn't. I was super excited to be here. I was excited for this show. But I could have fallen asleep. And I don't know why I didn't like pick up on like, oh yeah, I am from Chicago now. I consider Chicago home, even though weren't born here, but we've lived here 11, 12 years or whatnot. Yeah. So this is home. And then he's like, and how many people are out of towners coming in for this show? And it was about 50-50 when they sung.
How many people said that they're from Chicago and they're from Naperville?
Sure. I mean, but maybe those could have been the cowboy hat folks. Maybe it's more acceptable out in Naperville.
Maybe.
But yeah, I guess that wraps up Amigo the Devil. We started to talk a little bit about the Dead South, so we'll dive into their set. Mm-hmm. And they started with Snake Man Part 1, Snake Man Part 2, 20 Mile Jump, Son of Ambrose, Boots, Yours to Keep, Time for Crawlin', The Recap, Father John, That Bastard Son, Black Lung, A Little Devil, Broken Cowboy, The Dead South, In Hell I'll Be in Good Company, Honey You. They had a 3-song encore, Clemency, Travelin' Man, and Banjo Odyssey. I don't think we stayed for any of the encore. I think we got up, we left. They had started to do like as a backing track, the rain and the thunderstorm rolling in. Yeah. And we were like, we can go. Again, I wanted to get home because I was fucking beat, and I was like, we saw most of the songs. Let's bounce.
Yeah. They did say, like, I think most people probably stayed for, like, In Hell I'll Be in Good Company. Is that that one song?
Yeah, that's that one song. And
like the really, I don't know, we listen to it all the time on YouTube.
Yep.
And then I saw a lot of people start leaving.
I noticed that too. Like, it was a mass exodus of people.
And they made a comment of like, well, we'll stick around and play a couple more songs for you if you want to listen to them. So it almost seems like they're used to people leaving after that song. But it was like 10:45, and like you said, like you had been up early with work and stuff like that. So,
I mean, if you know that's gonna be your big song and the crowd's gonna leave, just fucking end on it.
Yeah, just have that, and don't do it encore.
Yeah,
just be like,
just go straight through.
This is the end.
And,
yeah.
But also kind of cool that they didn't do that. I don't know. I go back and forth. Like, if you are gonna do the encore, don't put your main song as the final song.
Yeah,
like,
that's true.
just play it. But if you are going to do an encore, put your main song ahead and then put some deep cuts or something at the very end for the people who want to stay around and hear it. And then let's see who your true fans, quote unquote, are.
Right.
I wish we would have stayed, but at the same time, I was ready to go. Stage setup, very simple, as we talked about. Just stage left, stage right. They had this fake cardboard town, and then the center stage they had this smaller, so it's like a fourth perspective type thing.
Like you're looking down the street.
Yeah, of like a church.
Yeah. Very simple, but very well done.
Yes.
Because how the lights, because they did like daytime and nighttime and what's that called? The Borealis?
Aurora Borealis, the Northern Lights.
Yeah, the Northern Lights across. If it was dusk or nighttime, they would have like the lights on in the town and stuff.
And like an orange background as like the sun starting to set.
Yep. So I thought that they did a very, very good job with how simple it was, but how much they could do with the setup of the stage.
Yeah, I thought it was phenomenal, like the stage design and whatnot. And then, as you said, using what they did for that. There's a video on Nugs or one of the streaming services we have, or maybe it's just on YouTube. I don't fucking know. I was watching it one day. You came home, and it was their show at Red Rocks. And it was nothing. They just stood there for 40 minutes in a line and played their songs, and then they bounced. So I was very intrigued to see what they would do for this setup, if they'd have a proper drum kit or anything. But I'm like, I don't think their music uses it. They just have like a bass drum or something. And sure enough, that's all they had is one bass drum. And then...
Was it the banjo player that was doing the bass drum? Okay. I couldn't tell like if it was just sitting there and like it was on automatic or if he was doing it.
I'm pretty sure he was doing it, yeah.
Banjo. And
it was kind of funny too, because during sound check, you know how they normally like go into every mic, testing 1, 2, and then they'll play the instruments a little bit. the sound check guy goes to center stage and just stomps on the floor a couple spots. He's like, "Yep, that sounds good." Like, what if it doesn't sound good? Like, you can't tune the floor.
Yeah.
But I guess you could re-mic it.
I think he was just making sure that mics picked up, because they do have a lot of songs where they are stomping, and that's part of the song. The song, yeah.
Adding in more of those bass drum or drum bits.
Yeah.
I thought it was very, very effective.
I did too. I was more invested for the Dead South than Amigo the Devil, even though I think that it was a little bit louder. So then I didn't hear the talking as much, or maybe people just shut up a little bit more.
I felt like the murmur did stop a bit more during the Dead South. At the beginning of the set, I definitely picked up on those groups of women down on the GA area talking.
Yeah.
But then after like 3 songs, like that kind of went away. The people behind us, I would pick up on that more in between the songs again, which was very annoying.
Yeah.
I guess going over the songs real quick that I remember being, big hits for me, and How I'll Be in Good Company, obviously. I was a big fan of the Dead South, the song itself. I was not anticipating that being something I enjoyed as much. And then there were a lot of other ones in between that I picked up on as well. The banjo player, I can't remember who he is, but their main banjo player, I think, was homesick or dealing with like a family thing.
Yeah, it was like a fill-in banjo person, but I don't know the band, so I wouldn't know.
His banjo tech would be my assumption. And they kept being like, "Are you going to do a banjo solo now?" And he's like, "No, I got the K hold on. I can't do a solo right now."
Yeah.
And they kept hinting at that. So I'm wondering if that's why Banjo Odyssey was the last song.
Maybe. And like it's got more banjo parts.
Yeah, maybe. Or it's just, exactly. I don't know. Which would kind of cool. Run that joke all the way through and have, that'd be fun. The cello player, I always thought it was an upright bass, but apparently it's a cello.
I thought it was an upright bass too. Like every time we watch it on YouTube, but yeah, I
They
mean,
did say
it's
cello.
Yeah.
But he was moving around a fuck ton.
Yeah, yeah. I was trying to figure out like if he has a chest strap or something
to hold it,
because there's no way that he's just holding that up the whole time.
I would
must have
assume
a chest
so,
strap.
but also that's not the person I expected to be moving around the most. So like you could have not done that, but maybe that's just who he is and like what he wants to do on stage. But he was the one who moved around the most. The banjo player on the other end, because it was him, a guitar, mandolin. He changed out instruments quite a bit. Your lead singer dude, guitar and changed out instruments as well. And then your banjo player and bass drum player as well. And the two ends, the cello and the bass drum player, could have been perfectly fine just standing where they are. The banjo bass drum, you kind of have to. You got to be kicking that bass drum. Cello player, it's a fucking cello. You're not going to be bouncing around. But no, sure enough, here he is running all over the place. I really enjoyed this show as well, this set as well. The venue, it fit better for me for this. But again, I was shocked to see them at this venue.
Yeah, yeah.
I do think it would have been a better show at a smaller venue where, you know, it wasn't as dead. Because you would look down in the crowd and it would be a lot of open space.
Yeah.
So I don't know why we weren't allowed to go in there.
Yeah, yes, and we didn't try to go in there,
Yeah.
but it did say, like, you will not have access, blah, blah. But the crowd, there wasn't much movement in the crowd, which I wouldn't expect for a show like this. So it did almost seem like where there was pockets, like, it just stayed open.
Yep.
Like, there wasn't, like, the moving in and out and stuff like that, so.
There were a few people jumping and dancing and jumping in circles and whatnot, but those were far and few between. But mostly it was, you had your spot, you sat there or stood there and enjoyed the show until being good company. And then everybody just sort of exited.
Yeah.
A lot of people up in the balcony did too. I mean, we only stuck around for one more song as we said,
true.
so
Yeah.
we don't have a whole lot to speak on that part. But yeah, this is definitely a band I will be on the lookout to see again. But it's going to be one of those ones of, cool, it'd be awesome to see them if they're in town and the price is right and we have nothing else going on and I'm in the mood to do it. Like if this might be one of the ones day of, just see if they have tickets left. And if they do, cool. And I'm free and up for it.
And not necessarily buy them.
Yeah.
Way out. Yeah.
Exactly. So I enjoyed the music. I thought Amigo the Devil and them together was a great combination.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah.
I expected one other band though. I was thinking it was going to be we saw the dude at Reggie's. He used to be in the band. Oh, the Goddamn Gallows.
Oh yeah, you said that.
For some reason, I swear I saw that somewhere, but it was just these two. So one more band along those lines, Drayhan Street Corner Gang.
Yeah,
would have been fun.
I was just thinking they would kind of be fun with this as well, like opening and then have Amigo the Devil and then them.
Because Treyhan Street Corner Gang and Amigo the Devil to me are very similar in terms of their sound and also the joking fucking around with the crowd in between songs.
Yeah, for sure.
Which it just makes for a good, fun environment. But again, in a smaller sort of setting, more intimate setting. So I forgot we're going to see Amigo the Devil at Fire in the Mountains. Yeah. I'm excited for that now. I'm super excited for that festival in general. I have super, super high expectations for that.
So do I. I hope that we're not let down or something.
I don't feel like we will be, but I am super excited for that. This show, though, wrapping it up real quick, probably a shorter episode. Oh, yeah, we're only like 38 minutes in.
That's fine.
But yeah, shorter episode this week. Music-wise, it was fun. It was what I expected. It's what I enjoyed. Crowd-wise, kind of shitty, but also what I expected to some extent, not going to lie. All in all, though, fun show. I'm definitely on the lookout for these bands again. And like I said, just if it works, it works. If it doesn't, cool. Not the end of the day or whatnot. But
yeah, I would see them again. Yeah.
More so. All right, here we go. More so than Jack White or the Black Keys?
Yes.
Really? Okay. Because I did see when I was waiting for you to come out of the bathroom or something, when I was waiting for you, I saw like a poster of like upcoming shows, and both the Black Keys and Jack White are going to be there.
Jack White I did not enjoy at all.
That's so weird. I loved that Jack White show.
Crowd was even ruder. I mean, they were just rude in general. Not
fair.
I mean, they were talking and stuff, but they were just rude.
Yeah.
And Black Keys,
I'm a big fan of the Black Keys. I love their music. It's definitely that old school rock and blues sound. There's only a couple songs
I like, so.
I feel like that fits this vibe very well. Again, though, it's the crowd that's sort of keeping me away, honestly. Mm-hmm. So, fuck, that's I'm surprised you liked this that much, that you prefer this over the Black Keys and Jack White. Jack White makes sense to me. Black Keys, not so much.
Yeah, there's parts of these songs, though, that I enjoy more than, I guess, from like maybe the 90s country that I like and stuff like that.
Okay.
So,
that then makes a little bit more sense. That makes more sense.
I mean, Black Keys, there's only a couple songs that I know and like.
Yeah.
So.
But this hit that country thread just a little bit.
Yeah.
And I guess this is technically what, dark country?
Yeah,
is
I would
the
say
genre.
So. Yeah.
I always forget if it's dark country or black country, but it's
not Darius Rucker.
See, fuck. I mean, everybody in like my book club like shits on metal music for it being not diverse. Like when you think of metal, or when they think of metal music, it's bearded white guys in jeans and cut off trying to be tough and blah blah blah.
95% of them, yes.
I mean, I say less so now. I think there's a lot more diversity.
There is more diversity, but there's not that much.
But we have Black people, people of color, people of different ethnicities, different cultures in metal music, women as well, like genders and all that, all these different ranges of people in metal music, making metal music. And if they are a person of color, Black, we don't refer to the music they play as black metal.
No, we don't. Yeah. I get where you're going with this. No, we do not. Black metal
is a vibe. It is a sound. It is an aesthetic. When I was thinking of black country, I was like, oh, I thought this would fit that sort of vibe for country music. But no, it's dark country, because black country is a country band with black people in it, which is fucking bullshit. Like, to me, that's back.
You're meaning when you were like Googling to search for more music like this.
And then I go and I listen to it, and it was like, this is not what I wanted. It took me a little bit to catch on. Rock me,
mama, with my wagon wheel. I don't know how the song goes, but something like that.
But dark country is actually pretty fucking cool. I do like it quite a bit. So I get now. I understand why you're saying. I understand where
you're going with that. I think metal music needs a lot more diversity, but we do not call a band, like, we don't call Sepultura black country,
right?
Like, because I mean, Brazil. I mean, they're not even black, because, well, I don't know.
Their new singer, I think, I would say, is
he is. But anyways,
off topic a little bit. I just want to be like, topic. I now understand why you called out that country. It's like it hit that itch for you, because I fucking. I mean, I don't
really have an itch for country anymore, but I can enjoy it more than.
Yeah. But it hit that nerve or whatnot, whatever you want to say. In any case, wrapping this up, it was live music. It was fucking awesome, even with like the ups and downs. But it was live music, being out there in the community, in the crowd, and just getting away for the night. And I will say, even though this wasn't my absolute most favorite type of music or type of show I wanted to see, I will say over the last month or two, with like just my mental state and everything, I had more fun at this show than I think I did during that entire like foggy haze, just because of like where I was and coming out of that. Like, even though this wasn't my main go-to thing, I was finally happy just to be out listening to live music. And I remember just being like, oh, it feels good to feel good again.
Yeah. Not all depressed that you weren't working.
Yeah, exactly. So, it was awesome. It was just great to be out listening to live music again. So, just for everyone watching, get out there, check out some live music, and who knows, maybe we'll see you out there.
Bye.